Welcome in. You know what time it is. It's the end of the month, so we're getting drunk. I tried last time, obviously with the spicy margs, like the homemade ones, and it did not go to plan. They were kind of gross. So I better planned this time. I just tried this for the first time this week and was obsessed with it, so I knew it was gonna be the drink of the episode. We are doing a jalapeno limeade from Trader Joe's with tequila. So it's gonna be a very basic margarita. We're not doing a whole bunch of mixing. It's just gonna be the limeade that's already jalapeno flavored. But I've got my glass, I'm gonna rim it. I even have limes this time. Crazy, I know. But I'm gonna rim my glass, and I have chili lime powder, like chili lime seasoning blend from Trader Joe's as well, with a little bit of salt mixed in. Here she is on my little teacup plate. Welcome to the wrap up, the drunk wrap up. It is $3.50. I have nothing to do. So we are gonna drink these limeades, these jalapeno limeade margaritas, and we're gonna yap. Oh, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Look at her. All right, now we're going salt. I said salt, I meant ice. We have our ice. All right, now I'm just gonna eyeball the tequila. That was kind of a lot. And our jalapeno limeade. Top it off with a lime. Yes, these limes are straight on my counter that my cats walk on. Good thing I'm the one drinking it and don't care. Here she is, cuter than last time and easier and way less things to do. Oh, that tastes like a restaurant margarita. This really is like one of the best things I've ever had. It's so good. But I can't tell if like what I'm tasting is the tequila being strong or just the jalapeno being strong. Like, could I make it stronger is the question. But I don't want to make it gross. Okay, I can taste it. So we're gonna add a little bit. And I'm actually going to like fully pregame with this one, make another one, and then we'll go chit chat. Cause I gotta be a whole drink in before we start. I'll be back once I'm a little drunker. Are my nipples even? I think so. They rarely are at this point. All right, I did my stuff beforehand, so I have it all ready. In a shocking turn of events, I did do it beforehand. Now, if this is your first video here, this is not just a regular wrap up. Not only am I gonna be getting progressively drunker, I talk about more than just my reading wrap up. I'll do books, I'll do movies, I'll do music, I'll talk about goals, any goals that I hit. I'm actually not doing a TBR or like a TBR segment in this video because I actually wanna do like a full TBR video in of itself. So that will be in a different video because I want to do like a pretty big TBR this month and just pretty much anything else I did this month. So it's not just reading. But if we're talking all things new this month, we have to talk about new jewelry that I got this month. So first we're going to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is Ana Luisa. You know her, you love her. Ana Luisa is my homegirl at this point. If you don't know Ana Luisa, it's a luxury jewelry company that focuses on affordability. They have pieces as low as $39 for luxury pieces. That's crazy. And they always have sales going on all the time. Their Mother's Day sale starts today. So when you're trying to think of what to give your mom for Mother's Day, just remember that flowers will die, but jewelry lasts forever. But they make the cutest, long-lasting jewelry. It's hypoallergenic, it's water resistant, so you can literally wear it all day, every day. You can shower in it, you can sleep in it. I wear it out in the sun when I'm sweating, and it never tarnishes. Just from what I can see, I have, I think, 7 Ana Luisa pieces on me right now that I have been wearing for, if not months, some of these I've had for years, and I've worn them almost every single day, and they have not tarnished, if that says anything. So they really do last an insane amount of time, especially for the price and how cute they are. You can't beat it. They not only have free shipping in the US, they have a 2-year warranty. They are eco-friendly, which is always a plus. And their packaging is not only cute, but it also doubles as like a jewelry carrier. I package all of my jewelry in it anytime I travel, and it's very sturdy. It doesn't go anywhere. My newest piece, I'm only wearing 1 necklace right now. I got 2 new necklaces. This one just felt more like she needed her moment by herself, but it is just such a cute double little pendant necklace with a little pearl next to it. It's kind of giving Beauty and the Beast in the best way possible. And then then my other piece, these cute little subtle stones that go perfect. This makes a great stacking necklace and goes with pretty much anything I could imagine. No matter your style, you can pretty much find whatever you want on there. They have earrings, they have rings, they have necklaces, they have charms. Whatever you think you would want, they probably have on that website. So go take a look. Go buy your mom some new jewelry for Mother's Day. Ana Luisa is also the more you buy, the more you save. So if you go and buy yourself a matching set, you actually will get more off. So go shop Ana Luisa for Mother's Day. And thank you so much, Ana Luisa. Back to the video where we're going to talk about every single thing I've done this month. And we're going to get a little tipsy doing it. I did say I was going to finish this before I started, and that didn't happen. And now I'm almost done. I brought up another, it's like a canned margarita. It's actually better than I was expecting. So I'm going to be swapping to that right after. And then if I finish that, I'll go make another one. Luna's right here, and if I put the drink down, she's going to get cat hair on the drink. All right, but we are going to start off with the reading wrap up. So we're going to start off with the stats from April. I hate to say it, not a great, we either had like really, really highs or really, really lows. So we had 7 total books, which is pretty average for me. 2 of them were romance, 2 of them were YA, like mystery thriller type books, 2 were YA romantasy. 1, like, I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's just a regular fiction book because there's some romance in it, but I feel like it's just fiction. We had 1 reread. 4 of the 7 were audiobook. Which, if you watch one of my other videos this month, you will absolutely know why. I went like an entire week without reading a single thing. 3 of them were physical books. The total page count was 2,873, which was more than last month, so I can say that. The average rating, it was low. I knew it would have been. There were only 2 that were like pretty high rated, so it was a 3.25 average rating, which is not good at all. I feel like when I pick the books, like when I decide what to read, the ratings are higher because I'm picking books that I think I will like. And when I go off a TBR, the ratings are really low. So I'm not really sure what that says, but our winner of the month is Fearless. And then our loser was the Inheritance Games. So let's get into it after we chug a little bit. Ugh. The first book I don't even have. I grabbed the Pumpkin Spice Cafe because it's in this series. It's the Strawberry... I get this title wrong every time. Strawberry Patch Pancake House. What a name. What a fucking name. It is the last book, and well, not the last of that. Okay. It's the latest book because she's writing another one for some reason. And the Dream Heart... Nope. Oh my god. Can I fucking get anything right? What is this called? I was right. I was saying Dream Harbor. This is indeed Dream Harbor. I get Maple Hills and Dream Harbor mixed up. But anyways, this is the latest book. Not this one. Strawberry Patch Pancake House. We're not starting off strong. In the Dream Harbor series, okay. It talks a girl who gets a nanny job for a single dad who comes in and has to take care of his kid because he didn't know he was a dad, and she's like, what, 10 or 11 now? This was audiobook, so the details are fuzzy because I didn't really like it that much. I gave it a 2-star to just start you off. 2 stars. There was potential, but then it's like the communication in the book was weird, and I feel like it happened very like suddenly. I don't know. It's like the buildup was not progressed correctly. I didn't like progression of the book. It had a lot of potential. In the very beginning, I liked it, but I just didn't like where the feelings were going. I don't know, like it felt icky reading it. I didn't really like it. So I gave it a 2, which these books are going further and further down in their rating. But that's it for that. That's really all I can say. It just wasn't that great. These shirts are like getting tighter. Ow! My Ana Luisa ring! Not really sure what that says. Gonna ignore it. Ugh. Next, we had our reread in preparation to a new release. I listened to the complete audiobook of Reckless to prepare for Fearless. When I first read this, I was going into it with like super high hopes because I loved Powerless so much, and I just was ready for their story, and then was let down by the lack of substance in this book. And then among the reread, obviously I knew what I was going into. I knew the lack of plot really that was in the book, so I could kind of just like enjoy it for what it was and could more just like relax and enjoy the banter. I ended up upping the rating to a 3.75 4.75 just because I enjoyed it more this time around. It is my least favorite in the trilogy, like including Powerful, but I could enjoy it more, you know? Some of the parts that I kind of shit on the first time around, I was fine with this time around. I don't know. It's a weird feeling about this book because it feels like such a different vibe from the other books. But, I mean, still good. I absolutely would die for Kai Azar, so 3.75 on the reread. Which brings me to the winner of this month, Fearless. I am hearing a lot of things about this book. Say what you want. You cannot unconvince me how much I fucking love this book. I gave it 5 stars. I cried like a baby. Kai became one of my top book boyfriends after this book. Kit, I cried like a baby for. It just like solidified that I do love Kit. I was questioning it like a lot in this book, but at the end and after seeing like mini TikTok edits, I would die for Kit. I love him so much. That being said, Kai Azar is the man. I have so much like love for Lauren Roberts' writing. I don't care if it feels like cliche or reused. It didn't for me. Not in this one. It may be a little bit in Reckless it did, but this one it felt like she really took her time. The plot was really thought out. I loved the plot, and every single plot hole that was left, I understand some were left for like novellas in the future that she said, but everything that felt like it needed to be wrapped up was wrapped up. It was a great ending to a trilogy. Absolutely adored it, and was stuck in a Fearless hangover for like 2 weeks. All I did was watch Fearless edits and listen to songs that make me think of Kai Azar and Peyton Gray. I cannot get over it by how much I love them. Like really, they have become one of my favorite book couples ever. 5 stars. Okay, next was an audiobook on the way during a little road trip I had. I have discovered this month that I do not like YA mystery books. I spent this entire book bored as fuck, and then the last 30 pages, I was like, oh, that was pretty cool, but it just like wasn't worth the plot twist at the end. That's upside down. Yeah, that's up. This is not on correctly. Hold on. Pause, please. I think like I love a book that makes me want to reread it because you have to rethink your entire, like everything you've read. You're like, oh my God, now I have to rethink every single thing that I read. I love books like that with endings that make you question reality. But it just like it needed way more to happen. I hated every single fucking character in this book. Our main character, she goes to like this beach place, I guess, or lakefront. I don't know. I don't really remember the specific details, but she goes every summer with her cousins, and like one of her cousin's friends comes and she has this like kind of romance with him. But one summer she like gets a really bad head injury and she loses all of her memory, like does not know anything. When she's finally ready to come back, it was like everyone like dropped her. And I'm not gonna spoil the book, don't worry. But just like my thoughts as I'm reading it, this was what I was thinking. All of her friends dropped her when she had this massive brain injury. This is gonna sound crazy if you've read the book. I understand. So shut up. I was so mad the whole time at every character that I couldn't get past the end. Like, I couldn't enjoy the ending because I hated every single fucking character because of how she was treated. I hated it. I was so pissed at every single person for no good reason, but I was pissed. So I couldn't even enjoy the ending. If this was a really good book, I would have wanted to immediately reread it, but I can't imagine rereading it. Like, I really can't. I gave it a 2.5, so I'm sorry. I do have a deluxe edition, and it is signed, so I'm sorry, E. Lockhart, that I didn't like your book, but I do have a signed copy. That being said, I will watch the show when it comes out, because I am interested to see how well they do it. Now, especially knowing the twist at the end. But that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, the next, we had a good one. We had another new release. A lot of new releases this month. I read The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. 4.75. Loved this book so much. Where do I even start? It was a family whose father dies abruptly from a heart attack. So the 2 siblings that were kind of shunned from the family, we have a gay son and a girl that kind of just like took the gay son's side, as she fucking should, because the family grew up in the South, was super Christian, actually grew up in a city that I lived in, when I lived at the beach, it's that city. This is where I lived. Like, I literally have a friend that works at one of the restaurants mentioned in here. That was cool, reading about a place that, like, I've lived and breathed this place. So the two siblings that were, like, shunned by the family come back to go to their father's funeral, and, like, they have to go to the will signing, and, like, everything, they find out what was written in the will, and it doesn't exactly go as planned. The son, the romance part of this book is the son, who is now 4 months sober, brings his AA sponsor to make sure that, like, he isn't set off his rails, whatever that. Oh my god, I just realized I haven't been talking. Alright, first drink is done. We can go into this because I have to chug for the second book that I missed. Ugh, I guess I'm stuck on tequila all night. These really aren't that bad. They're El Jimador, and this is the Orange Sunrise tequila drink. They're 5.9, which, like, isn't that bad. I've had worse. Ugh. Okay. Anyways, brings a sponsor, and our main character, our main female character, has instant chemistry. Like, it's pretty instant. And we also, just like a little quirk from the main female character, is she studies, like, facial features and, like, body language, so she can tell when people are lying, and we get to see that from her perspective. We get walked through, like, everything that she's thinking, so it's very cool, very interesting. I like how we get to see that side of her brain. Now, back to the romance part, she can kind of tell, she just, like, has a feeling her gay brother has a thing for the sponsor, who is very straight, and the brother knows he's straight. The brother is, like, her only person left. Like, they are super close. She doesn't want to do anything to, like, push him away or hurt him. Knows that, like, if she starts anything with him, that, like, the brother, it's gonna cause problems. But, like, it's undeniable. Like, there are so many shit things happening in her life. She's treated so poorly by her family and the people in that town that, like, the sponsor guy, his name is Sam, he, like, stands up for her. He immediately wants to, like, protect her, that kind of thing. So it's just undeniable chemistry, and they can't escape it. So it just causes problems. The family shit comes out. There's secrets with the dad. It's very juicy. She also touches on a lot of, like, religious stuff that I enjoyed reading, because it goes back and forth from, like, she, like, is battling with her, like, religion, because she grew up obviously in this super Christian family who claims they're Christian but are, like, really homophobic, have, like, all these really terrible values, and just, like, treat people like shit. And then she was like, well, I could believe in a god, just, like, not the same way that they do. You know, like, she's not gonna claim what they claim because they're clearly not in, like, the correct way. So I like Jessa's, like, stance, and she had obviously a lot of beautiful quotes, as Jessa does, because her writing is beautiful and, like, touches on that kind of stuff and, like, Christianity. So I really liked her take on all of that. So amazing book, amazing time. It was, like, just short of a 5-star because I kind of wanted to see more romance, but that's just because I'm a romance girly and I love romance. So that was pretty much it. I try to hold that one back. I just shiver. Next, another new release, which was book club this month. We had Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Now, I either am with the popular vote or the unpopular opinion. I don't know. I can see it going both ways. I know a lot of people that rated this an instant 5 stars. I know a lot of people that really hated this book. Abby Jimenez, to back myself up, Abby Jimenez is my favorite romance author. Every single book of hers does not hit. I mean, they all hit. Does not miss. Just for the Summer was one of my favorite reads of all time. Every single thing she writes, I devour. I sob at. This book hit the... Oh my god. I keep saying the complete opposite of what I mean. This book missed the mark for me. It started off so strong. I loved the idea of we had a date, but she went on the date thinking, you know, it would be free dinner. Like, why not? A secure woman, I would do that. Like, okay, if I didn't hate dates, I would have done that. I'd be like, sure, a free dinner before I move. Sure. She goes thinking it's just gonna be, you know, some average time, she's gonna get free food out of it, and then she'll move on. And it ends up being the date of her fucking life with this guy who she thought she hated at first, and then can't get him out of her mind. Like, I get that, and I understand, and I loved where we were going. It set us up to be upset in the future, and I love that. I love to cry at books. It literally makes the rating go up. if I cry really hard at books, which Abby does every time. Abby's best, like, trait in her books, like, the best thing that she does as an author that I think, personally, is how realistic the, like, hard choices are. They're not super common all the time, but when they happen, they're super realistic. She had to move back home to take care of her mother with dementia. Like, that actually happens, and you can't just ignore it. Like, she literally had to go, did not have an option, and move back home, take care of her mom, and help her siblings and her dad out. He has a veterinary practice and is hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt to open this practice that was, like, his dream in Minnesota, and she was going to California. So, like, you can't just up and drop those for someone that you went on one amazing date with. So I get it. I was vibing with it. Then we spend the second half of the book of him making, like, grand gestures, wanting to go visit her. Yes. And she doesn't have a lot of money. She works for a random mustard company as a social media person and is taking out, like, loans to help with the mom and fix up the house. Everything is going fine still. They're trying to make it work in the best way that they can. They started off with, we don't need to try because it's just going to end in a heartbreak, to we can't stay away and I really want to try. So we're trying. I can feel myself rambling. Like, right now, can hear it. I'm rambling. The tequila's getting to me. I can fucking feel it. So what are we going to do? We're going to take a second to drink. There was a switch about 150 pages in, which, if you'll notice, this is probably one of her shortest books. Did not have a lot of time to go into depth. There was a switch where it went from, I'm gonna try and come visit you, and we're gonna try and make it work. We're gonna have cutie little dates, like, you know, we're gonna see the romance, to every time we are reading, the chapters are either them apart because they're doing long distance, and it's them talking about how hard it is and how much they miss each other, to they end up together because they somehow made it work to where they visited each other, and something shitty happens to where they don't even get to spend that time together. Like, something happens with the mom, or like something with work comes up, you know, it was one thing after another, 4 in a row, bad things happened to where they couldn't spend the time that they had together. And that was it for the rest of the book. Like, we literally never got another happy fucking chapter halfway through. That was when he came to take her on a date for that fake convention, that was the last happy part that we saw of them together. And that's not enough for me. Like, I need more, a little bit of happiness. It wasn't even like just sad, I'm crying chapters. Those I'm fine with and are very different from this just feels depressing, and I'm just reading from the perspective of someone that is depressed and needs a change in their life. Like, it just wasn't fun to read. The whole thing was depressing. When I first started, I had said out loud and to many people, this is going to be a 5 or 6 star read, because I loved the first half that much. Like, I just knew it was going to be a 5-star read. And then we got chapter after chapter after chapter of, okay, this isn't fun anymore, and like, where's the romance? Where's the coupling? Like, there were just like one or too many bad things that happened and kept them from having any time together for me to like really appreciate it. And the end felt super rushed. I remember reading, I think there was like 20 pages left, and I was like, this isn't gonna get wrapped up the way I want because the book is over. Like, I just don't understand. I gave it a 4-star as soon as I was done, but like, the more I thought on it, I leaning more towards a 3.75. I'm stuck. Just because of how slow and like depressing the last half was. And like, I never got out of the depression. And the end, it just felt like slightly unrealistic, and I feel like she doesn't really do unrealistic. So it was my least favorite Abby Jimenez book thus far, and it was a huge disappointment. I hate to say it. So I'm excited for her next book. I know she's constantly saying she's always writing or editing her next book. So like, I know she's got more coming. Very excited, and I will go into it ready to love it and give it 5 stars. This just was a huge disappointment, unfortunately. So I'm probably gonna stay at 3.75, maybe 3.5. I don't know. Which brings me to our last book, which is not gonna end on a happy note. Ugh, Logan texted me. Hold on. Pause, please. I'm muting Logan. She's pissing me off. And she probably won't see this because I don't think she watches all these videos. So take that, Logan, you big fat loser. Anyways, I'm gonna get a text from her in like 3 months from now. She'll be catching up on these videos. Okay, on to the last book. And then we're moving on to movies and music. But I'm gonna chug. Ugh. Last book, I listened to it, and it's my least favorite book of the month. It was The Inheritance Games. I gave it a 1 star. Literally the most boring, plotless piece of writing I've ever read. She is a random teenager that gets put in the will of this billionaire old man who has a family and has grandkids, and she goes to this manor to find out why she was put in the will. She doesn't know. The whole point of the book is to find out why she was put in the will. I don't care. Didn't care at all. She has to stay in this manor for a full year with like all of his grandkids. I think there were 3 boys and they're all like around her age. There's a love triangle, I guess, at one point. I don't know. It was really stupid. And she's like, she's just trying to figure out these like little Easter eggs that the old man left for them to find out why she was put in the will. The inheritance games, it seems like there are going to be games that, like, she has to do with this family. I was under the impression it was, like, scary, high stakes, like a haunted manor. No, so boring. 1 star, will not read on, and might get rid of these books because of how fucking bored I was. Okay, we're moving on from the books now that I've got a little bit of a buzz going. We're going into the movie wrap-up. I'm not gonna spoil it. I only really saw 1 movie. Unfortunately. I will one day pick up my movies. But I went on a Monday. I went on Mystery Movie Monday. I bought tickets, went into the mystery movie. It was The Legend of Ochi. Never heard of it. I feel like I'm fully spilling out of this. I watched the first like 5-minute scene. It had Finn Wolfhard. I cannot remember his fucking last name to save my life. It had... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Green Goblin. What the fuck is his name? Willem Dafoe. God. That was crazy. I couldn't remember Willem Dafoe. It had Willem Dafoe. And the CGI was so old looking and like ass looking. And these creatures on the screen were so stupid. I left after the first scene. The title screen came on after like 5 minutes and I did leave. So that doesn't count as a movie scene, but I did want to talk about it. Then I went into Sinners with Haley Steinfeld and Michael B. Jordan. It was done amazingly. I didn't know. I went in pretty blind. I hadn't really watched the full trailer. I just knew about it from the trailer. Okay. These are so fun until I cannot think straight thoughts. We are ready to go to the next segment, which is... Not my favorite. Not yet. We're almost there. Hold on. This is typically when I would do my TBR, but like I said, I'm not going to do that in this video. But I did do pretty good on my TBR last month. I read these were the books that were on my TBR for last month. Fearless, read. Say You'll Remember Me, read. Conditions of Will, read. Inheritance Games, read. We Were Liars, read. Say You Swear, I did not read. That one didn't get read. Fate Revealed was on it. I did not read that. And then Great Big Beautiful Life, I just got it, so like I knew I wasn't going to read that. And then the one book that I wanted to finish was Onyx Storm, and I still haven't read it. It's been on like the past 3 months of my TBR. So we'll see. Fingers crossed for next month. We'll see. I usually also then go into any packages that I open, but I recorded them in a different video because I wanted to. Sorry. Now, my favorite segment is the music. I didn't send my Receiptify to me. Let's see if I can log in. Yay! Okay, I got it. Alright, I will say this month I mostly listen to CDs, so my Receiptify is not going to be that accurate. Like, there's songs on here that I listen to, I can literally remember listening to them once, and they're on here. So, I will go over the ones that I listen to specifically. Also, there's another song that doesn't qualify because it wasn't a released song. It's in Spotify as like a podcast episode. But anyways, the ones that I listen to the most, I have my Tortured Poets Department like CD number 2 with like the second half of the album in my car right now, and the songs that I'm listening to over and over and over again, like literally that's all I'm listening to, is How Did It End, specifically from Kai's POV in Fearless, and then The Prophecy, specifically from Fearless, and then Peter, because that's one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs literally of all time, and then The Bolter, because I just resonate with that song and I love that song so much. So those are the 4 from that CD that I just restart and re-listen to my entire car rides. And then I've listened to, because I went through a heavy, obviously as I said earlier, all I could do was listen to songs that reminded me of Kai and Peyton. So I know if you're on TikTok, you've heard it, you've heard the sound of it, but I've been listening to I Love You, I'm Sorry, Gracie Abrams, but specifically the SNL version that she sang on Saturday Night Live, where she sings the way that like different note of the way, and then she says I love you twice, and it just hits so much differently. It hits so much harder than the original version. If you have not listened to I Love You, I'm Sorry SNL version, it's so good. And then also I Miss You, I'm Sorry, because I also went through an Assassin's Blade phase where all I did was cry about Assassin's Blade, and that reminded me of that. But to go to my Receiptify, number 1 doesn't even make sense to me. I think I listened to this song today for the first time all month, so I just heard a car door. It was indeed a car door. My nieces are here, but we are gonna finish first. I don't have that much left. I also did just have a little sushi break. Okay, number 1, we were on Receiptify. Okay, number 1 was The Alchemy by Taylor Swift. Great song, just like, I think I listened to that once this whole month. Number 2 was Timeless by Taylor Swift. One of my favorite Taylor Swift songs ever. Top 3. Truly. Number 3 was The Prophecy, so I was listening to it CD and my phone, apparently. Number 4 was What Ifs by Kane Brown and Lauren Elena. Fantastic song. Fantastic song. It's like a fun summer country song, and I don't really listen to country like that, but I do actually really love that song. Number 5, Looking for Somebody to Love by the 1975. Sure. Number 6, The Tortured Poets Department. Sure. All of these are sures. Number 7, Packing It Up by Gracie Abrams. I don't remember listening to that. Number 8, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. I listened to that today, actually. Maybe that's what put it on there. Number 9, Lavender Haze, period. Number 10, Robbers by the 1975. My favorite 1975 song, fun fact. But again, I don't really trust that because I listened to my CD. Which, like, how is I Miss You, I'm Sorry not on there? I'm not even kidding. That's on Spotify, and I listen to that so much. But anyways, now we can move on to the, like, one new thing segment. Hold, please. So last month, I said a couple of like new things that I wanted to try. The things I said last time were like pottery, planting, rollerblading. I don't know if I said that out loud. I have it on here now. Rollerblading, bedazzling books. I don't think I said most of these. I think I said pottery and planting. And then I added these in. So like rollerblading, okay. This actually doesn't help me at all. I mentioned pottery, planting, and the Georgia Aquarium, which I had the perfect opportunity to go to the Georgia Aquarium because I went to Atlanta one day and I just couldn't go early enough to go to the Georgia Aquarium because I was dog sitting. Sadness. I was literally right there and I could have gone. But anyways, so I didn't do any of those things. So, but I will say new things that I did do this month. They weren't my list from last month. I saw Disney on Ice. That's a first. It was very fun and I did cry during the Frozen segment, but I saw it with my niece, so like she also made me cry. And then painted wine glasses. That was a craft. I did say I wanted to like do a craft. Most of the new things that I said I wanted to do were like crafty things. So that's a craft. I got to paint and I ate them up, honestly. I'll put in a picture. I ate them up. I put little strawberries and daisies and then little blueberries on one. And I also went to a comedy show alone in Atlanta. That's right. I went to go see Gabby Bryant. Gabby, what's her name? I'll put her up here. I love her. I'm obsessed with her. And I had a fantastic time. I love her. But that was my Georgia trip that I wish I could have gone to the aquarium for. Okay, new things I want to do next month. I want to bedazzle books. I keep seeing that trend and I really want to try. So bedazzling a book. The Georgia Aquarium is gonna, the Georgia Aquarium is gonna stay on it until I go. I'm gonna keep saying pottery and planting. I have rollerblades and I cannot rollerblade. You would think someone who has played sports since the age of like literally 6 could rollerblade. I can't do it. I don't know why. I can't rollerblade or ice skate or like skateboard. Anything on wheels or like anything like that, I can't do. And I don't know why. I have great balance. I've always had great balance, but I can't do things like rollerblading. And I have the cutest rollerblades. They're like retro looking. They're so cute. I love them so much, but I can't fucking use them. So maybe learning how to rollerblade. And then charm necklaces. Like when people make their own charm necklaces, I think those are really cute. So that would be fun to do. That like wraps up my new things to do or like solo dates to do next month. I feel like I'm flying through these, which is probably a good thing if you're bored. Okay, I did set goals for last month, so let's see if I hit them. My goals for last month were get comfy with Patreon, which I have. We have officially entered into the Patreon / Discord era, and I figured out Discord as well as Patreon. That was a big goal because Discord intimidated the fuck out of me, but we figured it out, and we even had a whole book club sesh in Discord. It's been great. Check off that one. Hit 10.5k. I'm about 50 short. A little less than 50 short, but that is close enough for me. That's close enough. That was almost 500. I will accept what I can get. Another one was to remember to take thumbnails. I have every single time. So that is a huge upgrade from having to screenshot. I haven't taken this one yet. I will need to take this one. But, oh, I should have done it when I had a full drink. Whatever. And then my last goal was to make TikToks and Reels. I've made 4. My goal was 1 a week. I didn't do 1 a week, but I have made 4. I made and posted 4. So technically that's 1 a week. That is a step up for me. And I don't have that many goals for next month, but the goals that I said were to just hit 11K. I feel like I'm gonna have a goal of growth every month. And then my other goal will be to film a 24-hour readathon. Logan and I have not done one since I think January. So it's been like 2 or 3 months since we did one. Just because we've been busy. I have a job, she's in school and now has a job, so it's hard to like connect our schedules to where you kind of need like a 48-hour timeline to be able to sleep, do it, and sleep again. So that is my goal for this month, is for us to do that, because I do love the 24-hour readathons. And then just for fun, as a last segment, let me finish my drink to do it. It is a silly segment. I added it because I realized while I was watching people, I heard someone talk about what meal they're hyperfixated on right now, and I was like, oh, I wish they would all tell me what meal they're hyperfixated on right now. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my prior month's hyperfixation meals. Number 1, for breakfast, I wrote cream. I definitely meant cottage. Let me fix that. My hyperfixation breakfast is avocado toast with cottage cheese with a drizzle of honey and a side of roasted peppers, like any veggies that I have, like mushrooms, peppers, onions, with a bunch of lime juice on it. That's my hyperfixation meal right now for breakfast. For lunch, I've talked about it before, it's my chopped salad of like cabbage, lettuce, veggie, literally any veggie I can find, like tomato, bell pepper, onions, broccoli, mushrooms, the vegan Caesar dressing from Trader Joe's, so much of that, and so much lime juice. That's my hyperfixation meal for lunch and kind of dinner too. Those are really the only 2 that I ate that like all month. So those are my meals. And I think that's my entire wrap up. My month wrap up of every single thing you could imagine that I did this month. I should do a wrap up of my Orange Theory workouts. This month it wasn't that much. It really wasn't. Maybe like 2 times a week. I could look if I had my app, but maybe we'll add that in next time. Let me make a note. Orange Theory workouts. I could add that into my goals though, is to do at least 3 a week. Because if I'm doing less than 3 a week, I'm just being lazy. I know I am. But I did go this morning. I don't know if I'm going tomorrow. We'll see. That's a game time decision. We're gonna finish this and then we'll call it an episode. Done. Oh my god. I had 2 drinks and those drinks hit harder than I was expecting. But that is the end of our wrap up. So thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, for Mother's Day, make sure and check out the link in the description below for Anna and Luisa and go buy your mom some pretty jewelry. Buy me jewelry, honestly. Buy me jewelry and send it to me. I'll give you a smooch on the mouth. But thanks for watching yet another monthly wrap up. I love you so much and I'll see you in the next one. Also, side note, if you want to see anything added into this, let me know. I will add literally anything into this little month wrap up. Just let me know.